Someone decided to make a video on Write From Dictation, and then you guys are puzzled whether the extra words are still working or not. Things like that have been confusing you, so I have made this video not only to clear those fake news or real news. We'll find out soon. Watch it till the end, and we'll also talk about the best ways to solve Write From Dictation in this particular month. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PT. I hope you all are doing great. So I'm going to talk about in this particular video what's happening with the Write From Dictation questions in the PT exam. Are the extra words still working? What strategies you should be using in this particular month after the exam was changed? Whether those things are working or not, we'll find out soon. Everything in detail. And not just that, I have been showing you what proofs, what experiments I have been carrying with the real PT exam and the official mock test, and I'll share the results with you as well. And you will find out soon whether the fake news are true or whether what I'm telling is the true fact or not. So like and subscribe and watch it till the end. And if you need any paid assistance, you can WhatsApp us for any paid assistance. We will guide you till the end. And you also get 3 months app access along with whenever you subscribe with for the live classes. Okay, so let's start cracking. There have been several rumors floating around on YouTube related to extra word strategies working or not, time management issues, negative marking for Write From Dictation, word limit, and several other things. So I have made this video to clear all those common questions, and even after the exam was updated, we'll find out soon and also share you the strategies. And last one is really important, so watch it till the end. So first things first, I wanted to share you whatever is happening in the Write From Dictation, the latest trend, the type of questions which I've been sharing in the PT exam update videos as well. If you have been watching, so you will come to understand what type of questions are coming in the exam. So some questions are lengthy, some questions are short. What type of questions are coming in the month of December? So the usual ones. I did not see any very lengthy questions in the December questions, moderate questions, short questions, and some little bit longer, but not many of them. So if you are getting 3 to 4 questions in the exam, you can expect one of them to be a little tricky, not too much. For December, you are lucky. Good news that there are not too many lengthy questions. So that's a good news. What you need to do is still focus on particular skills that you need to excel in the Write From Dictation questions. So let's talk about the strategies and techniques that you should be using. The first thing is that always I've been telling you that listening is very much required. So listening skill is very much required. You have to keep on practicing listening every single day, morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you have time, you have to keep on practicing, because you know you are not very accustomed to listening to the native English accents, the people, the way they pronounce different words. Sometimes it's clumsy for you. You don't understand what they are saying. And in the exam, it's really, really important you understand every single word that is being said. Okay. So always try to listen properly. You don't have to listen hard for what words are said. You have to understand the meaning. So as soon as the sentence is said, if you understand everything what was said, whether you visualize it or however you are understanding the meaning, if you are a good listener, you will understand straight away. The way I'm explaining to you, you are understanding, right? Same way the native English accents also say, but they have a different tone, a different mode of delivery. That's only the difference. You need to master your listening skills for that. What you can also do, the third strategy, is you can start noting down the initial. So if I say I'm going to the library after my lunch, you understand, okay, this guy is going to library after his lunch. Note down the initials after understanding. I, A, G, T, and so on. Once you are able to do that, you can recall whatever you understood, whatever the words were there, and the initial will help you to regain whatever you just heard. So that is a very effective strategy. You can try, you must try if you have not been doing that. And also extra word strategies. Now we have not yet spoken about whether the extra words are working or not, but what is extra word strategy? I'll tell you first, and then we'll move on to whether it works or not in the exam anymore. So what people do, if you have not heard the words correctly or if you are confused with the spellings, so those kind of scenarios you are using the extra words, and sometimes we also add the prepositions, conjunctions in the end to fill out the words which we may have missed while we were listening. So these are the extra word strategies that people have been using to find out the correct spellings, or if you did not hear the word properly, whether it was develop or it was develops, so you are writing both of them. This is the extra word strategy that you have been hearing about. And in the end, you are write the articles, prepositions, conjunctions, whatever you think. But there is a catch. And now I'm going to talk about those things. And also find out whether the extra word strategy is working or not for you. Okay, the question number 1 is always asked about the word limit. Sir, does the write from dictation task has any word limits? So if you check on the Pearson official website or the scoring guidelines, there is no word limit defined for it. And we have checked it personally through contact in the Pearson. There's no word limit for write from dictation. So that's number 1 thing. There is no word limit. And we'll also find out whether there is any negative marking for extra words that you are writing. So if you read the scoring guidelines properly, it will say every word spelled correctly will get 1 point. And that is your clue. And that is a clear indication that there is no word limit. Okay. But it is a time-bound exam. It is a software that is recording your responses. So it is not a typical writing task like an essay where you type 200 to 300 words. It is write from dictation. And in the end, it's a software. There is a database. So you have to be careful how many words you really want to type. Are you really going to invest your time to write 100 words for one question where it will only give you 10 to 12 marks? So the main question is about managing your time. Listening section is self-managed time. Okay, so first question, summarize spoken text, you get allocated time and you have to use that time for summarize spoken text. But the remaining questions of the listening module, there you have to manage your own time. And if you are spending too much time on one question, writing 50 words for one question, every possible spelling combination, every possible grammar combination, whatever you have confusion with, all articles, prepositions in the end, you're not going to finish the exam, are you? So you are going to cost yourself 3 questions if you are spending that much time on one question. Definitely, there's not enough time. Hardly 4 or 5 minutes you get towards the end to complete this question. And you have to take a decision how many words I need to write, even though there is no word limit. I need to manage my time, right? Because in the end, if you're not completing the exam, you're losing the scores. So approximately you should be spending roughly 1 minute per question, not more than that. Let's hear an audio and then we'll show you how many roughly words you have to write.
Computer is a great source of knowledge for the students.
Did you understand what was said? Computer is a great source of knowledge for students. That's what I just understood. Because I use computers to gain knowledge. I'm a student for anything. You guys are also student, you use computers, so just understand it, relate it to yourself. Now this is the text that you see and you see the combination. Computer is a great source of knowledge for the students. The black ones are the real text and the red ones are the extra words that we use. How many words have we typed here? Roughly around 20-25 words, not more than that, or 20-29 words. All the red ones, source. I'm not sure about the spelling of source, so I write source, sources, source, knowledge, student, and then in the end, I've written down the prepositions, articles, conjunctions. Okay, that's how much we would do and we would write in the exam. But there are several other parameters as well. What is the next one? Is, if I did not hear it properly, where do I begin? Do I start from the beginning? Do I start from the ending or somewhere in the middle? This is also a very common question that people ask. Sir, I don't remember the first part. Can I start from the middle? Can I start from the end? What does the scoring guideline say? Every word spelled correctly will get you 1 point. So although you have to try to begin from the beginning because it will give you more ideas and more clues to regain what you just heard. Okay, you can easily recall if you remember the start. So that's your clue to do well in this question. But if for some reason you were not able to hear it properly, you can begin from the middle, you can begin towards the end as well. It's all about the words that are matching. So it is not going to do a sentence comparison, but it's going to do a word-to-word comparison. So if you still don't understand what I'm trying to say, you can relate to any of your programming experience. That's how computers work, right? They will match the word, okay, not the meaning. And the next thing is about negative marking. If we are writing extra words, are we going to get penalized? Okay, that's the kind of rumors people are spreading on the internet, on the YouTube. But as I told you, and as we have already confirmed from the Pearson, that there is no negative marking and every single word that you write spelled correctly is going to get you 1 point. So that means if you are writing any other words which is not getting you correct spelling, correct point, you're not getting any points, but you are not losing any points either. Negative markings are not happening in this question. So Be bindas, just write extra words, whatever you want to write. Okay, whatever you are confused, but in the end, you have to manage your time. Let's listen to another sample of audio and see how much you hear this time.
Teachers are trained to stimulate the children's cognitive development.
Okay, hope you listened to the audio. This was a little tricky one, not very common words used. We'll shortly look at what the text was, but hope you can remember it. You were able to note down the initials and you are able to recall what you just heard. You can rewind and listen to it again. But before we actually see the text, I also want to talk about the last thing, which is the very, very important thing, the extra word strategies. Okay, I recently gave and I have been giving PT exam official mock test to do several experiments before I share it with you. And that gives you a guarantee when I share a technique with you that is definitely going to give you a score in the exam. You saw my scores before. You can see a result of my recent exam experience, and you can also see my students who have been giving the exam. So they are getting good scores everywhere, speaking, listening, every single place, and we have confirmed with them that they have been using the extra word strategies even after the exam changes were applied in the November. Still works. I have also done the same and it is still working. So you can use it very effectively. Just keep it in mind that you don't have to exaggerate it, overuse it, overkill it. Okay, don't use it too much. Okay, the words, the time limit, everything should be in your mind. Your eyes should be on the timer, whether I'm having sufficient time to write those many extra words. Now let's have a look at the text of the audio, what we just heard. Teachers are trained to simulate the children's cognitive development. That's what we heard. And how many extra words can we write here? Teacher or teachers. So you can write both combination. Train or trains. Again, you can write both combination. Simulate or stimulate. What was the word? Simulate, stimulate, you write both of them. Children or children's. Again, both combination. Cognitive, if you're not sure about the spelling, you can write several spellings. Develop, development. If you're not sure if it's one word or two word, and then in the end, prepositions, articles, conjunctions. But be careful how much time you have. This is a long text, roughly 30 words. So you need to have, first of all, good listening skills, good typing skills as well. Because if you are a slow typist, you will not be able to use the extra word strategy effectively for you. So work parallelly to improve all these areas, and in the end you will come out with flying colors, that for sure. And last but not the least, you have to click on the next before the timer runs out, just to make sure that the last response is recorded. Okay, so there have been different responses on this particular area, whether the last answer is marked or not, whether the timer is finished or not. So you don't want to take any chances. You just click next before the timer runs out, and then you will be on the safe side, because the exam can update anytime. They can start making changes in these areas. So you don't want to take chances. Just keep your eyes on the timer and you can do it effectively. So I'm hoping that all your questions related to Write From Dictation have been clarified and you got all the ideas how effectively you can still use the Write From Dictation extra word strategies to your advantage. But don't let it deter you. Don't let it deteriorate your scores by just spending too much time on one question. So managing your time is the key, and that's what you need to do. To do well in the listening as well as the writing module, you do know how much it contributes to your listening and writing, right? Roughly 40 points to each of the module, maybe more. So if you are a YouTube priority member, you will have access to the prediction files, all the latest ones, and then you can see for yourself what kind of questions are coming in the exam for Write From Dictation. But if you don't have that access, if you want to enroll with us for paid classes, you can WhatsApp us and you can join us. But in the meantime, I would also recommend you to watch a video on PTE Listening Truths Exposed. So this is also a listening question. You must watch that video. Keep watching Edutrainex, and then I'll soon be back with another informative video on PT topics. See you soon.